All right, so I want to announce MS Bit Ith in the chat. My man from Burning Man says that the Simpsons will be performing an episode tomorrow night about cryptocurrency taking over the world in 1,000 days. Come on, counselor. So anyway, this is a very important announcement that you should watch The Simpsons tomorrow. Shout out to MS Bit Ith. He's my man from District. I saw a District with a K sticker in Hawaii or something recently. I thought it was pretty cool. And he says The Simpsons tell you how to buy Bitcoin in the episode. So we need to check that out tomorrow. Cryptocurrency taking over the world. Very cool. But we're looking for our next guest. You want to come on down? All right. Come on down.
You got to push your own way through.
That's right. I mean, when the opportunity strikes, just get right on there. So how you doing? What's
you
your
don't even
name?
know who I am, do you?
What's your name and what do you do in Bitcoin?
My name's Gary Leland, and I run BitBlock Boom.
All right.
If you've heard of my conference.
It's the Texas Bitcoin conference?
Yeah, we're in August in Dallas, Texas.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's our third year.
Very cool. Where can people check it out? Online?
BitBlockBoom.com.
Nice. And what do you guys have going on this year? Chili competition, something like that?
Well, no, not really. But this year we're breaking up from the last 2 years. We've had one track, just like a general session track.
Sure.
This year we've got the general session track, and we're going to do a tech track, and then we're adding a Spanish track.
Nice.
So I just talked to Max about coming to the Spanish track. So we're like, we're kind of growing it, but we're trying to the limit still. That we're going to put a limit on at 350.
Right.
Because I have another conference I just sold that was 3,500 people. One. And I don't want to do that again.
It doesn't really feel like there's a sense of community.
There was
no
community.
Talk to the people. There's just so many people, right?
And when it first started, there was, and I had a strong community. But as time went by, the community kind of got lost, and then a big radio conglomerate bought me out. I was kind of glad to get out of it because it was a great payday. Number one, that I threw in the Bitcoin back in March.
Nice.
So I was really happy about that. But the conference is doing good. This is our third year, and
it's been interesting to see. I know Money 2020, the conference was sold from an independent entity to a large company. So it's interesting to see the conference and essentially the list of attendees become the valuable thing, because now you have a list of people that are into Bitcoin, list of people that are into computer security or internet or whatever the conference is about. So it's actually the guest list.
Then there's a value per follower.
Mm-hmm.
Or per whatever you want to call it, per your fans, followers, attendees, whatever. But no, Bitcoin, when I started the conference, I started it as a crypto conference back 3 years ago. And then Safe, we had a brunch the next morning, and Safe said, Safe eating the Moose, he said, I think this is the first Bitcoin maximalist conference I've been to in North America. And I said, oh my God, it was. What's in it? No one was here with the Bitcoin that talked. And so then I really directed my attention. Maybe that happened because I was a Bitcoin maximalist.
Sure.
But I directed my attention to Bitcoin only. And then the next year the second year it was Bitcoin. I mean, there was no way anyone was getting
which was good for a while. But then at a certain point, everyone wanted ICOs. Everyone wanted all.
Well, our first year, though, when we started, we just gone from 19,000 to the drop.
Yeah.
That was a hard conference to do the first year. That was a real hard conference to do. I mean, I was giving away tickets because I had Pierre Rochard and I had all these people coming, and I couldn't even sell a ticket hardly. So I was just giving tickets away because I didn't want someone coming from New York, Safe's coming from Canada, and I have 10 people in the audience. How embarrassing would that be?
Oh, I've been there. There's a lot of the conferences, they have a really tough time pulling people in, and you hope they'll do something last minute, like give the tickets to students or someone that would come just to fill out the room.
Well, now we're at the point after the conference is over, we announced a special. If you enjoyed, and I actually said, I don't know when I'm doing the conference. I haven't got a date. But if you want to go ahead and buy your tickets for next year, you can at this certain reduced price. And you have to July to cancel. So if the date doesn't work. And I sold out 25% of the conference.
That's great.
Right then, even though they didn't know when it was. So I feel
definitely
like I did something right.
I definitely like the conferences. I go to HCPP, and at the end of the conference, they're always like, next year, practically the same dates. We're going to be right back here. We're going to do this again. Put it on your calendar. That's because it's so hard with a schedule. Like this conference, for example, moved from, it was a few weeks earlier, and then now it's after Anarchapulco. And I know a lot of people that went to Anarchapulco, they're tired now. They don't want to go to another conference.
Right.
That was it for them. And at the same time, we have other ones. The CoinFest is up against the Bitcoin Lightning Conference. They're on the same weekend. Another one, they're following weekends, which I like because then you can try to go to all of them.
Yeah, and then they also kind of like grasp that weekend. That's their weekend. So other people setting up conferences go, I'm not doing it that weekend because I know when, you know, Blog Boom is.
Other times they're like, they'll challenge it up. You know, who cares about this?
Yeah, I think what's doing real good with our conference, though, is that, you know, not only have the conference, but like our conference is the conference day Saturday. But on Friday, we have a lot of satellite events happening that I have no control on.
Nice.
And so people are coming and doing events on Saturday, like Michael Bitstein and Pierre Richard do the SNI dinner, meat dinner, steak dinner. And we have a lot of that happening. And now it's down to Thursday. Things are happening starting Thursday. So I'm hoping the whole week ends up within a year or two getting filled up from Monday to Sunday. You know, it's really kind of cool how that's happening.
Cool. I've heard a lot of good things about Austin. They have a lot of live music. It's very much a college town.
No, it's a great
cool
town
to hang out with, you know, that kind of thing. So I could see going in a couple days early to catch a couple fun events.
Yeah,
if you got the time, if you work remotely, especially, it's easy to travel.
Yeah, we have a lot of people coming up from Austin actually that are in there.
Yeah.
So tell me, I hate to say this, I don't know who you are. So. I would like to introduce myself to you personally.
Sure.
I'm Gary Legalum.
Nice to meet you. I'm Thomas Hunt.
I've watched the show. I've watched the show. It's a great show. Yeah. I just don't know everybody's name.
I do the World Crypto Network, and then I start out doing the Mad Bitcoin show.
Okay.
So I had like a crazy top hat, crazy goggles, and a green screen. And I basically told people every day, I was like, Bitcoin's fun, and it's interesting, and it's not challenging. You don't have to know a lot of math. You can just try it out, buy some for $10 or whatever. And I just try to tell people about it every day. And I did about 600 episodes over 2 years. And then I started doing the World Crypto Network. We've done thousands of episodes. Just basically, you know, normal people, smart people, technical people, trying to explain this on different levels and different ways so that more people understand it and more people get involved.
That's really exciting. You know, my show, I'm on episode 500 this Friday.
Nice.
This Friday coming up, I hit number 500. That's kind of cool. But, you know, my thing is not talking about the conference anymore. Yeah, I think I promoted that as much as I'm gonna. But you know, my thing is Bitcoin for boomers. Yeah, that's my tag. You know, I started seeing everybody go like, "Okay, boomers." I said, "Hey, I'm gonna grab that shit because I'm a boomer, and I'm not embarrassed about being a boomer."
Do you find it tough though? I mean, like people that won't use microwaves, people that can't program their VCR, people that get into Bitcoin.
I don't know those people though. I don't know those people that you're talking about. And my brother's 74, and he can definitely do his microwave.
Nice.
So I don't know those people, but I think that's funny.
Sure.
You know, and I think that's really quick. But you know, we're getting ready to have the greatest wealth transfer in the history of mankind, and it is what they say. That's what they say.
Yeah.
But you got to realize, us boomers are going to probably live till 80 or 90. So that's going to be a really slow transfer. It's not going to happen really quick.
Retirement is getting more and more expensive.
Yeah. So I'm starting a nationally syndicated radio show starting next weekend, Bitcoin for Boomer Show.
Wow.
And they approached me because they're a business channel and they're really investors, and their target market are people who are boomers. 55 and over is who the target market is, who are doing stocks.
Well, that sounds like a great way, and also to reach a market that's not being reached. I also thought it was a great idea when you said that you're having a track of your conference in Spanish, because I speak elementary Spanish. It's not great or anything, but I always say to people that, you know, people need to be talking to like their own people. I can talk to the computer geeks and I can tell them about Star Trek and that Bitcoin is great.
I was watching Star Trek when I was a kid.
Yeah. So again, my people. Yeah. But like people that aren't into Star Trek, people that maybe speak Spanish or come from a different background, have different things, they're not going to listen to me. They're going to think I'm an idiot computer geek. I don't know anything. But if I can get somebody to speak Spanish to talk to them, somebody from their neighborhood to talk to them, somebody who has something in common with them, maybe we can convince them. Maybe we can get them on board.
You're exactly right. It's amazing. This is kind of amazing. It's amazing how many people have come up to me today and said, hey, I don't know Bitcoin that well, and I wanted to come to this conference, but I know who you are.
Yeah.
And you could tell they related to me because I'm their age. Maybe they're a couple years older, a couple years younger, and they're going, and they're asking questions. They could ask anyone here.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone here could answer these questions. And they're like going, hey, thank you. I really appreciate it. And then it was nice to know they appreciate it.
A lot of it is having a person who looks like you, a person of your age, or a person of your background, and they can relate to. And they're like, you know, I bet that guy likes the things I like. And if I ask him a question about this, he'll relate it to me.
And that guy remembers when Coca-Colas were 6 cents.
Exactly.
And movie theaters were 35 cents. And I know everybody's heard their dad or granddad say that, but it's true. And you know, when when you grew up with that, I did some math the other day. And if you take a Coke with 6 cents when I grew up, it's $2 now, and do the math, percentage wise, that means when you're my age, a Coke is going to be $100 if you didn't count quantitative easing, all the money. If it just stayed as it was,
if the inflation,
but it's going to be more though, because they printed way more money in your lifetime than they did when I was 0 to your age. So it's probably going to be $200 for a Coke when you're my age.
And you barely notice too. I remember we used to keep like 10 cents in our pocket in case we had to make a phone call. And the phone call went to 25 cents, and went to 50 cents and 75. And I don't even know if you can find a payphone now.
No, I don't think. Matter of fact, when I moved, I opened up a store, physical brick and mortar store for a business. And when I went in, there was a payphone on the wall. It was disconnected, but it was filled with money because it was disconnected and people kept putting money in there. Hilarious. And I called the phone company to come get the damn thing. I didn't even want the money in there. I should have kept it. It would have been a nice collector piece.
It was one of the best things. It was a million years ago now. I don't want to say it, but I came to Vegas for DEF CON for the hacker convention. And we were all into payphones at the time. And there was like a section of bank of payphones. And then there was one missing. And we just assumed one of the DEF CON guys had stolen it off the wall. Because it was a kind of convention where there was a guy carrying around like a phone company door from their van. Like they'd stolen the AT&T door from the van. Because they could. And they just ran off with it. They were bringing it to DEF CON as a trophy or whatever.
That's funny.
Those kind of people. So it was fun. It's fun to
that's right. I noticed who was this sitting here a second ago with the Bull Bitcoin cap on?
It was Dan. Dan Eve, Crypto Raptor from the UK.
Francis, is that speaking of the block movement.
Hats,
And
then really well with the hats,
and then I'm not sure his name, but Bull Bitcoin sent me yesterday a copy of his. Remember when he came out with those little books, the Satoshi Nakamoto Bitcoin white paper?
NVK and the Center for Digital Commerce, or maybe it was one of the Bitcoin support agencies.
Put
that out.
So he sent me one of those the other day. I was trying to find. Now NVK, he's speaking at my conference.
I think I seen him around here.
You guys ought to come to the conference. You guys.
It'll be fun,
I have no media. I don't do media at my conference.
Sure.
Because I find a lot of people are just like wanting to get a pass, and they're not, and they're really just wanting to get a pass. But you guys really are hardworking. Here we are. We got everybody out there doing stuff, and you're sitting here cranking out content.
That's our goal, and that's what we do.
You guys really should come to the conference, and we should set y'all up with some passes and bring y'all in as our exclusive media people.
That'd be great, man. It's not far for us. I mean, I'm here in Vegas, so it's not
far at all.
Not a far flight for me as long as I'm in the country. I've been doing pretty good doing some European conferences lately. So
when I get through, I'll give you my card with my personal contact info, and you can look at the date. If it works, we'll have you guys out. And
we do
I just thought of this. It wasn't like I planned it. So I think it'd be great.
We'd love to go, and we do the same thing. We bring the board, we bring the microphones, we set up. If we're lucky, a lot of the speakers come by the thing, and we get some good interviews. Otherwise, I'll interview anybody off the street. I don't care. They just talk about Bitcoin.
I think your system's really. I was watching your system here because I do a lot of video and podcasting. I mean, I was like one of the first 100 podcasters on the planet. I've been doing this forever, and I like your system with the 3 cameras. But how do you switch from camera to camera? Are you just recording on 3 and you edit it later?
Mainly, we're recording on the one camera. We do have on Open Broadcaster, we have more options, but we're on Zoom today because it works better.
Right.
So I have this button that switches. So we have this side camera we haven't used very much. Side angle's not that interesting. We have this.
I'm just trying to take a picture of this device. Sure. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, this is a Stream Deck. This one's good, really, too. The board.
That's audio, though.
That's just audio.
Yeah.
But then here we are. This is the main shot. We've been using this one. So they're not that useful, but anything we can do.
Well, that's pretty useful there, and that doesn't look like a very expensive device, is it?
No, it's like $50 maybe.
Yeah, and, I have not seen that.
In a Open Broadcaster, you can actually have it so like left one, right one, left one. This one's just a cycle. It's not as good. And then this is the Bitcoin price right here, 96.84.
Oh my gosh! So is that on the screen?
Oh no, it's just on this thing.
So you just when you're talking know what's going on, or can you? Push that button? Does it show up on the screen?
No,
I'm sorry, guys, watching that. I'm sitting here.
You might push that button. It'll bring up the chart because I might have linked it to the chart URL or whatever. But mainly, it just picks up the price of Bitcoin. No one can see it at home, but this little Streambox thing has little buttons on it.
Oh yeah, they probably like to know what the hell we're talking about.
Visual buttons. And one of the visual buttons I have set to the price of Bitcoin, just for fun. So
yeah, no, that's really a cool tool there. I mean, I have a soundboard really and everything, but I don't have.
Yeah, this is a video switcher mainly for Open Broadcaster. And what's great is you can have your preset scenes in Open Broadcaster. So you have like a trading screen that has a chart and a thing. and you have like a web screen that has a web browser, you can push these buttons and instantly go back and forth between your presets.
I'll probably be ordering one of those Monday.
Very nice.
If nothing
man.
else, sometimes you go to a conference and it's like the little things that you learn that make the whole conference worth it.
Well, that's where I got this incredible board. I was in the Netherlands and I did a little podcast interview with the guy, and he had the board. And I was like, after the interview, I was like, all right, tell me everything about this board.
Well, what's so exciting about this board?
All right. Well, we'll start out with it's got a memory chip inside, and it's recording our audio separately.
Oh, wow.
So
that's cool.
if the computer and the streaming and everything dies, I've got a straight board audio backup of everything. So
and since I'm an audio podcaster,
then
I've got that covered. At least when I can put out the audio show.
The second thing, it's got 4 microphone inputs. And it's got 4 headphone outputs.
Oh, wow.
So for a normal podcast stitch, you can put the headphones on. Video, it's not really useful and you can hear me fine.
Oh, yeah.
But if you were really podcasting, you put the headphones on.
Especially if you were in a loud environment.
Yeah, because you can just keep it going. It's got the individual sliders. It does compression on the audio.
Oh, wow.
So it's like...
So it's compression built in.
Yeah, built-in compression. And then these things
I have an external compressor I use right now.
Yeah. This goes to Bluetooth, iPhone, or USB, Bluetooth, and iPhone. And what you can do there is you can bring in a phone call from Skype or whatever on my iPhone.
Through that?
Yeah, through that. So I can just say, hey, call me on my phone. And then I push the slider up and boom, there you are. I know this is a Rodecaster. I have
is this a Rodecaster?
Yeah,
I heard
the
about the Rodecaster, but I had not seen one.
It's great. And then the other thing it has, these are all sound effect buttons.
Okay.
So once you're more into a radio or whatever, maybe use sound effects more. But and they're all individually audioed. And no, it's just a great board. And
I heard of this. I just didn't know what it looked like.
As soon as the guy showed it to me, I was like, I hate you. I'm going to have to spend $1,000 on this. You just cost me all this money.
I think I hate you. You're going to cost me $1,050.
And that, Well, and then they have a bigger one of that with more buttons.
Hey, also, while we're thinking about, you just mentioned radio, starting next Saturday at 2:00. I start a syndicated radio show called Bitcoin for Boomers.
Nice.
And so that's brand new for me. So we'll be... eventually all over the country. There's a sales rep for the radio station called me. They are up on Westwood 1. They show up and they have a sales rep who calls on radio stations to cover my show. So it starts next Saturday, but hopefully within a year, we're on quite a few channels. So
that'd be cool. Call me up. I'm not a boomer, but I can commentate on it.
We're trying to bring in people who can explain it.
Be fantastic.
I think there are a lot of boomers, which we talked about earlier. There are a lot of boomers who are going to live a long time that have money and they want to know what to do with their money and they don't understand Bitcoin.
Yeah. We got to explain it to them.
Yeah. So I don't mean to be hogging up all your airtime. Can I say one more thing before I go?
Absolutely. Say one more thing. I mean, we have to.
If you by some chance want to follow me, I'm on Twitter. I'm Gary Lee. I'm everywhere. I'm Gary Leland everywhere. So follow me, GaryLeland. And
thanks so much,
and I'm serious. We'll talk later. I want you to come to BitBlock Boom and do this there.
That sounds great, man.
I think this will be a match made in heaven. Okay. I'm gone. Adios, everybody.
All right. Send me somebody else. Somebody else come in.